So you've given yourself the perfect voluminous blow dry. I'm talking full, bouncy, and with all the volume in the world, but now the struggle begins of making that volume last through the rest of your week without it falling flat. Have no fear, because the volume queen is here and we're breaking down what volume products you should be using post blow dry to keep your hair filled with volume all week long. Let's go. Volume products can be confusing. There's quite the plethora to choose from, so knowing which ones are right to use are important. You've got root lifters, volume mousses, volume creams, volume sprays, volume texture sprays, volume powders, volume paste. Does this list ever end? Actually, it kind of does. See, there's no more falling. Today, I'm comparing volume texture sprays, volume powders, and volume paste, and explaining how they work and when to use them, along with which one's my favorite and how they each look in my hair. If you want to see more explanation on the other products mentioned, be sure to check out my video breaking down volume products pre-blow dry that I will link in the description and pinned comment below. First up, volume pastes. A volume paste is a workable product that provides a root lift as well as texture through your ends to help spruce up your second or third day hair. These also can help remove oil buildup at the root to give volume in your hair. These are either a matte or shiny finish, though I think matte is best suited for finer hair types, and my top choices are AG's Dry Lift Paste and Pureology's Mess It Up Paste. To apply your volume paste, start with a little at a time and apply to your root area. This adds texture and volume at your root. You can apply this to just set areas like your crown if you want, or work all throughout your whole scalp. Adding the paste through your ends will give more definition and texture. Think of a messy look, but on purpose almost. This can also be used on waved hair to create more texture and volume through your waves. And again, you want to start with a little and add more as needed. Here is a side-by-side comparison of how it looks in straight hair versus waved. Pretty fun, right? Anytime you wave or curl your hair, you have more visual volume and texture, but I still like how it looks in straight hair as well. This paste does have product feel, but you can still work your hands through your hair when it is straight or waved. Our next product is volume texture sprays. Texture is the key word here, as volume sprays are meant for wet hair prior to blow drying, which again, you can find all that info in the video I mentioned earlier. A volume texture spray is typically going to be a little lighter than just a classic texture spray, and they also provide light hold to your style, which is great for when your hair is curled. Brands that I love are Living Proof's Dry Volume Blast, Bumble and Bumble's Thickening Dry Spun, and Ouai's Texturizing Hairspray. Ouai's is probably my favorite as it has the lightest product feel, but I do feel I have to use more, so I go through the can fast. To apply, you will want to lift your hair in sections, spraying through roots to ends. You can also tip your head upside down and apply that way as well to get a little more lift. Use your hands to fluff your hair, and I will sort of just scrunch my hair a little to add more texture. On straight hair, you might want to use less than on curled or waved looks. A texture spray on straight hair will add a bit of grit to your hair, so if you're someone like me who hates the feeling of super soft hair, they are the perfect option to balance that. Anyone else hate it when their hair actually feels nice and soft, or is it just me? Here is a side-by-side of a volume texture spray on both straight and waved hair. Both I applied the same way. I'm feeling it. I like it. It gives my hair nice texture, but I do prefer the extra root lift that I get from the paste. And here you can see a comparison of the paste versus a spray. Similar looks, but I will say the paste has less product feel than the volume spray, and I feel like you have more control in application than over a spray. Next up, volume powders. Volume powders are simply how they sound. It is a powder you dust and spread onto your root area or throughout your hair. They are typically made from different starches, and they absorb into your hair, creating an overall fuller and thicker look. Volume powders are a go-to styling product if you want instant volume and fullness. The downside is that volume powders compared to paste and sprays are extremely heavy on the product feel. They're a great option if you have a specific event you're going to that you want all the volume, or they're best used toward the end of your week when you are closer to washing your hair. Again, the one I'm using in today's video is Sexy Hair's Powder Play. You simply sprinkle the powder throughout your hair where you're wanting to see volume, and then I like to use my fingers to just fluff through my hair. Again, it has a very heavy product feel, and it can make it a challenge to get your hands through your hair. When my hair is straight, I try to use a little less product, but it doesn't does a great job of keeping it nice and full. When my hair is curled though, I load it up to get my hair basically huge. I will dust this on all over my hair, roots, mids, you name it, and I often use a comb to just lightly tease to get my hair looking even bigger. While the volume powder does have a strong product feel, they actually help in holding your tease, so I find that to be a side bonus. And then here is a side-by-side with the volume powder in both straight and waved hair. Look at that hair. I live for volume, so I do love a volume powder, but I will say I don't use them a ton because of that heavy product feel, so I typically opt for either the paste or spray. I do enjoy all three of these volume products. They give a great added boost of volume and texture to your hair in between washes and are all three easy to use. Most days I grab AG's volume texture paste as I find that it's the easiest to use. You get a little bit more control when applying it to your hair, and of the three, it has the least product feel. I typically will use a volume texture spray midweek between washes when I'm wanting a little more grit to my hair, and I tend to use them more when my hair is curled over straight. And a volume powder, while I do love how much fullness they give, I do use them the least because of that product feel alone. They're a great option though if you need your hair big for a special event. The key when using any of these products is to start off with less and add more if needed. You never want to overuse any product. Let me know in the comments which one you thought looked the best, and be sure to check out this video right here breaking down even more volume products. I will see you guys in the next video.